1. A researcher increases the temperature of an enzyme solution from 25 degrees Celsius to 80 degrees Celsius. The reaction rate initially increases but then rapidly decreases. Why? Option A. ATP has been depleted. B. The enzyme's activity site has changed shape. C. The substrate concentration became too high. And D. The enzyme gained additional active sites. So the correct answer is option B. The enzyme's active site has changed shape. But why? At first, increasing the temperature, yes, speeds up enzyme activity, yes. Because molecules move faster and collide more often. However, once the temperature becomes too high, the enzyme begins to denature, yes. Its three-dimensional shape changes, especially the active site, yes. The active sites where the substrate normally binds. Without the correct shape, the enzyme can no longer function efficiently, causing the reaction rate to drop dramatically. Yes? Got it, guys? So, question 2. A membrane protein is defective, preventing glucose from entering the cell by facilitated diffusion. Which statement is most accurate? A. Glucose will diffuse directly through the phospholipid bilayer. B. Glucose uptake will decrease significantly. C. Osmosis will immediately stop. And D. ATP production will increase. The correct answer is option B. Glucose uptake will decrease significantly. But why? Glucose is too large, yes? Glucose too large, a huge molecule, and too polar to pass directly through the phospholipid bilayer, yes? Instead, it relies on transport proteins for facilitated diffusion, yes? Transport protein, yes? If those proteins are defective, glucose cannot enter the cell efficiently, even if its concentration is higher outside the cell. Yes? Got it, guys? It's easy question. So, question 3. A man has blood type AB, while a woman has blood type O. Which blood types are possible in their children? A only, B only, C A or B, and D AB or O. The correct answer is option C. But why? The father has genotype AB, yes? While the mother has genotype O. So we can write like this. And their children is and 1/2 BI, yes? The father can pass either the A allele or the B allele, and the mother can only pass the O allele. As a result, the children can only have blood type A, yes, and type B. Blood types A, B, and O are impossible in this cross, yes? So, go to the next question, question 4. A population of insects gradually becomes resistant when an insecticide after several generations. Which mechanism best explains this change? Yes? A. Individual insects adapted during their lifetime. B. Resistant individuals survived and reproduced more successfully. C. All insects mutated simultaneously. And D. The insecticide directly changed the DNA of every insect. So the correct answer is B. But why? Natural selection doesn't create useful mutations when they are needed. Instead, resistant individuals already exist within the population. When the insecticide is applied, susceptible insects die, while resistant insects survive and reproduce. Over generations, resistance becomes much more common. Yes? So, question 5. Which event occurs immediately after chlorophyll 2 absorbs light energy? A. Glucose is synthesized. B. Electrons become excited to higher energy levels. And C. Carbon dioxide is fixed. And D. ATP is broken down. So, the correct answer is option B. When chlorophyll 2 absorbs sunlight, yes, chlorophyll 2 absorbs sunlight, yes, its electrons gain energy and jumped to a higher energy rate. Yes, electron jumped higher energy level. Got it, guys? These energized electrons then enter the electron transport chain. Yes, transport chain, where their energy is used to produce ATP and NADPH. Yes, ATP and NADPH. This is the very first step of the light-dependent reaction. Yes, light. Dependent reactions. So go to the question 6. A poison blocks the electron transport chain. Which process would stop almost immediately? A. Glycolysis. B. ATP production by oxidative phosphorylation. C. DNA replication. And D. Protein synthesis. Yes? The correct answer is B. ATP production by oxidative phosphorylation. But why? I can explain for you. The electron transport chain produces most of the ATP in aerobic respiration. Yes? Aerobic respiration. Most ATP produced by which? By electron transport chain. Okay? If this chain is blocked, yes, oxidative phosphorylation stops almost immediately. Yes, although glycolysis may continue briefly, the cell loses its primary source of ATP. Yes, got it? Question 7. A disease suddenly eliminates nearly all wolves from a forest ecosystem. Which effect is most likely? A. Deer populations increase, leading to overgrazing. B. Plant diversity immediately increases. C. Photosynthesis stops. And D. Decomposers disappear. So the correct answer is A. But why? Wolves are top predators. Yes, wolves dangerous. Yes, top predators. Without them, yes, without wolves, fewer deer are eaten. Yes, so the deer population grows rapidly. Yes, deer population increases. Yes, as more deer feed on plants, overgrazing occurs, reducing vegetation and eventually disrupting the entire ecosystem. Yes, this is an example of a trophic cascade. Yes, trophic cascade. Got it, guys? So the question 8, DNA this lesson is my favorite lesson. Biology is my love. DNA polymerase can synthesize DNA only in which direction? A. 3' to 5', B. 5' to 3', C. Either direction, D. Randomly depending on the chromosomes. Yes? Correct answer is B. DNA polymerase can only add nucleotides to 3' end of a growing strand. Yes? That means every new DNA strand is synthesized in the 5', yes? 5' to 3' direction. Yes? This way. This is why the lagging strand must be built in short fragments called what? Say guys. Okazaki fragments. Okazaki, a name of Japanese. Smart Japanese. Yes? I like Japan's people. They are very smart. Exactly in biology and biotechnology. So, question 9. A scientist wants to determine whether fertilizer increases plant growth. Which variable should remain constant? Fertilizer amount, B. Plant height, C. Light intensity, and D. growth rate. So the correct answer is C. In a controlled experiment, only one variable should change. Since the scientist wants to test the effect of a fertilizer, all other environmental conditions, such as the light intensity, temperature, and water, must remain constant. This ensures that any differences in plant growth are caused only by the fertilizer. Yes? So, the last question, question 10. A mutation prevents ATP synthesis from functioning inside mitochondria. Which outcome is most likely? A. Glycolysis will stop immediately. B. ATP production will decrease dramatically despite oxygen being present. C. DNA replication will increase. And D. Photosynthesis will stop. The correct answer is B. Yes? ATP synthesis is the enzyme that produces most of the cell's ATP in what? In mitochondria. Even if oxygen is present, ATP cannot be produced efficiently without ATP synthase. Yes, got it? As a result, the cell experiences a severe energy shortage because oxidative phosphorylation can no longer function properly. Have a good time, guys. You are so amazing.